Chloe Molloy, number 5. I go by she, her pronouns, and I identify as me. I am unapologetically just Chloe. Footy wasn't always the only sport I played. I did play basketball as well. I remember through high school was kind of a bit of a try anything, so kind of just always been really active. But footy and basketball were the two that I took to. Played footy as a little junior with all the boys, then went to basketball, then came back to football. So they're probably the two sports that I've had the privilege to be amongst. I don't know, it's funny, like everyone's like, what's your out story? And I'm like, I don't have an out story. I think, and I do understand that I'm also in a really privileged position to be able to sit and say, I am accepted for me, because I know there's a lot of stories, and it's not lost on me that there are some pretty horrific, traumatic stories of when people have just tried to be them. And, you know, they probably watch this and they sit here and watch me all joyful go, and I'm me, and they go, I wish I could do that. Like didn't get that opportunity. So that's not lost on me that my story is probably niche. Growing up within sport, I never experienced any homophobia. I've been around people that have always been supportive and also identified as gay. I think it was normalized around me. Like I did grow up probably in that demographic where like queer was starting to be viewed as like, it was normalized. It wasn't now, it wasn't a stigma, it wasn't a sickness or an illness. Like I didn't grow up in that day and age. But I also think the one factor I put it down to is the way I was raised by my parents to just be who you wanted to be. Even being the only girl in an all boys football team, like that was okay. Like they were always like, you do you, I'll always be in your corner, whatever you want to do. And I've actually never shared this. I have an older half brother who has Asperger's, and growing up, I never watched my parents, my mum or dad, treat him differently. So like to me, why would I not accept someone for being different? Because I've never experienced someone be scrutinized or ostracized because they were different. So yeah, you are a product of your environment. I think the environment I grew up in was one that was very, very nurturing and very loving of whoever you were. I definitely feel responsible. I think even in the leadership position, I think captaincy of a football team has so many layers, and captaincy of a sport team also has a lot of layers. And being female captain in a male-dominated industry also has a lot of layers. We don't mean it, but like we just say girls all the time, like, and it's athletes. And I think about that and I go, if I was an 18-year-old wanting to be drafted and I don't really identify as a female and I'm feeling kind of confused, I'm like, oh, but that's the girls' league and that's the girls and that's the girls, but girls doesn't resonate with me. If I'm being like real vulnerable and honest, like I didn't understand it and I couldn't understand it. But I think you need to stay curious in life and with everything. And if you don't understand something, like go ask. Like I think there's part of me, like I'm always going to be so supportive of whoever wants, like be you. Like I don't care. Like if you treat me well and you treat others around me well, like I don't care in the nicest way possible. Like all I care about is, are you a good person? And then it's actually funny, like we're in the footy, and I just realized like how exclusive we were with our language, but not meaning it. Like it was so accident, so naive, and just like, it was always like, come on girls, like, or it's like only a male and female bathroom, or there's only like, I was like, it kind of like opened my eyes up, and like, I didn't understand it, but I was helped to understand it by going through it with Al. And I'll never fully understand the depths and cracks of the identity crisis. And like to Tilly, Darcy and Al, like they've paved the way for others. And like, that's a massive legacy to leave. But I think my role in that was like, and I think some people watching this probably feel the same way, is like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but I think stay curious as to be like, well, put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if you truly looked in the mirror and didn't like what you saw? Like, how would you feel? You get the best out of people when they feel really, really comfortable and having like, one, a physically safe environment, but also the psychological safety. It's proven that female athletes need to feel good to play good. And I think, even the bigger scale, fully aware of my role, and I want to lean into the role that I have and the voice that I have and the spotlight and the voice for the voiceless. So I think doing that, you obviously put yourself in a position to cop criticism, but I think it'd be remiss of me not to use this platform and my voice to be like an advocate for what I think is right.